Our verse today is from 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. In our verse today, St. Paul draws our attention to the importance of self-control. He proposes self-control as a way of strengthening his warning in 1 Corinthians chapter 8 concerning eating food offered to idols. To teach the Corinthian church the requirements of the Christian life, Paul uses the metaphor of an athlete in a stadium who exercises self-control and abstinence to win a prize and secure a crown. The Christian life requires effort and the suppression of appetites, desires, and longings. For an athlete to be successful, he needs self-control, which is founded on self-discipline. An athlete must sacrifice some comforts and pleasures and must abstain from certain foods, drinks, habits, and attitudes that are damaging to the life of an athlete. In some cases, he is required to lose weight or strengthen some parts of the body for optimal performance. This sports analogy, which Paul employs here, clarifies two issues. First, it plays on the Corinthians' quest for honor and allows Paul to contrast the perishable crown bestowed on the winner of an athletic contest with the heavenly prize that God will give to a Christian who achieves victory in the contest against sin. If an athlete determined to win such a medal could exercise self-control as a veritable means, how much more a Christian who longs for eternal crown? Secondly, it warns that those who fail to exercise self-control and discipline in the delights of this world may be disqualified from the heavenly race directed by God. This verse reminds Christians of the difficulties of living out the Christian commitment, just as it is difficult for athletes. It also reminds us that not everyone who enters the race is guaranteed a prize. It brings to our knowledge that just as everything is not permitted for the athlete who hopes to win a prize, so it is for Christians. Those who want to win cannot conform to the world and eat the same things as those who are not in the same contest. This heightens Paul's argument that believers should abstain from food sacrificed to idols. The strength of this verse is that conformity to the world is not a Christian standard. Instead, self-control and self-discipline establish us on the right path to victory. Again, as athletes are set apart from more rigorous training, kept apart from lavish lifestyles, tempting dishes, and pleasurable drinks, so Christians are set apart from worldly pleasures to brighten their hope of eternal reward. The athlete applies self-control to every aspect of life that might affect the outcome of the race, from sensual appetites for food, drink, and sensual pleasures, because no pain, no gain. A Christian is expected to do the same. This verse is a clarion call to all Christians and indeed to everyone on the importance of self-control and self-discipline, which is a foundation for success and good living. Self-control is a requirement for everyone: priests, religious, married people, singles, those in government, and the business class. No one can be a good priest or a good husband or wife, a religious, a good administrator, a president, a governor, or a manager without self-control and self-discipline. Similarly, no one can succeed in business, academics, or other fields of life without self-control and self-discipline. It is a solution to greed, avarice, and lust for wealth, which is destroying our world today. May God grant us self-control and self-discipline in our lives so that we do not miss eternal crown that awaits all believers. Amen. God bless you. Have a nice day.